Hello everybody, my name is Connor and welcome into OP-13. It is time, we are here. We've got most of our ace deck built and we are ready to get some games in. Ace now, pretty interesting leader. I don't know if I'm meshing with him as well as I wanted to be. So we are going to be looking at some other leaders during this set and just trying to figure something out. I am feeling a little lost. You know, I spent so much time on green purple Luffy and that felt so good, but oh my god, he feels so bad in this match, in this meta, so we're going to see what we can do here. But before we get too deep in the game, guys, I do want to say, first, thank you guys for sticking around. I know I was kind of AFK for a couple of weeks, back at work, kind of really trying to focus on getting some good playmats going, and I'm also taking some online courses, hopefully for a good career change, so we will see here. But we are going to go ahead, hop into this Ace versus Zoro. Now, my opponent is newer to the game, so, you know, be nice to him. Feel free to critique all of my plays, but be nice to my opponents, as always. But he is going to go ahead and play down the Perona while I finish setting up my life. And mulliganing that first hand, definitely I feel like I want to find a searcher. Realistically, I think I could have kept that first hand. It's not great. Especially in a Zoro matchup, if he finds what he needs, he's just resting those Marcos. Granted, he's killing those Marcos, so we will get just a kajillion cards in hand. I think that's the actual term. The correct term is a kajillion. But yeah, so we are going to go ahead and search with Izo, searching for a Whitebeard pirate. Unfortunately, bottom decking a Yamato, I believe, and a Pudding. We are going to go ahead and take Taxgate. I know a lot of lists are cutting Taxbeard, but I wanted to keep him in as a 2. I might drop him to a 1. He feels really good in the Emu matchup, and that's going to be the game we go over next is the Emu matchup. But definitely I believe I've changed my list since this already, and I'm already changing it. But my opponent going to go ahead, tap 3, play Mihawk into Kuina. He does know that Kuina needs to come in rested, and that is an easy target for us to get rid of. Of course, we don't really have much we could swing into, but we're going to have to overkill that Kuina, but he does try and swing 5, and I remind him I'm a 6k leader, just a new leader here. I am curious what you guys are playing in this set. I have been facing a ton of Rogers on the sim, and Roger is nasty, but I have been playing a ton of Rogers on the sim. I've been playing Emu on the sim, but should be working on my ace list. I'm not sold on the list I currently have, but we do find a Marco off of the Garb, excuse me, almost whiffing, which is honestly not great. We do have a Jozu in our hand. I think Jozu is going to be pretty okay in this matchup. Worst case scenario, we can bounce 2 of our searchers back to our hand, but we are going to go ahead and play down Otama to draw some cards and then trash a Garb. So we are going to go ahead, attach that Dawn to Ace, and swing at 7 at Kuina. Yes, it feels like overkill, but I want to make sure that Kuina is gone here. I don't really want to deal with Kuina swinging or resting any of my characters. So we are going to leave 1 Dawn up. We do have a Vrad Beam in our list right now, I believe. I'm pretty sure. No, this list is... it's basically the Luffy TV's list that he's been using, and I'm not a fan of the Vista. I thought Vista was going to be really good, but I just never seem to find a good opportunity to play it down. It got discarded a lot this set. Speaking of good cards to play down, there is a Cavendish from my opponent. Going to be able to restand to Dawn and swing at 7 at leader here. One thing that I need to remember, especially with the Izo on board, is to trash Izo upon attack. That's not something I'm used to, so it's definitely like here I should just trash Izo, although I am pretty content with my hand. But we do end up taking, and I have a Dawn. I don't draw. That's another thing I have to remember to do that I am struggling to do. And we are going to go ahead and get some Dawn here. I'm confused because I think I only grabbed 1 Dawn, but getting the Roger off life is pretty good. Roger makes this deck just so crazy. I mean, Roger, I feel like Roger had a little bit of prominence back in the day, but now, yeah, he's really out here. But we are going to go ahead and just swing 6 at lead. Haven't really done too much damage to our opponent, but yeah, well, there we go. We are going to go ahead, play 6. We're going to bounce the 2K Otama, and we're going to bounce Cavendish back to his hand, just making it a little harder, forcing him to play that card again if he wants it on the field, and forcing him to ideally not have anything to swing into us with. That's my goal here. And boy, we have a shiny hand. I'm not alting out this deck. I was originally going to, but since I've been playing it and I've been, you know, playing it, getting used to it, I'm not sold on it being my deck, which is a little sad, but I am having a pretty good time with it. But we are going to be looking at several other decks this set, like Emu. I don't want to play Emu, I'm not going to lie, but it is kind of fun. And then, yeah, here he's going to go ahead and rest and KO the Ezo, so definitely should have remembered to pop that. There's just a lot of, like, things, of decision-making in this deck that I need to figure out. And, you know, we're going to build it, we're going to keep it together, we're going to grind with it a little bit, see what we can do. But 6 at lead with the Mihawk, excuse me. Forgot his name for a second there. Trying to figure out what I want to ditch. This is the hard part. I feel like Taxbeard. I am gonna go ahead and trash Pudding. I think that's okay. He doesn't have too much in hand. And there's another 6. I feel like Taxbeard might only be good in Emu, or against Emu. We are running the 9 gate. I don't think the Luffy TV lists that I have, or that I've based off of, my list, I don't think that he is actually running Taxgate. I know a lot of aces have ditched Taxgate, but it feels really good into Emu, so I'm keeping it. I'm scared of Emu, man. I saw him nuke that island, dude. I'm scared. But we are gonna go to our, I believe this is our 8 Dawn turn, and we have the option here to play a I Am Whitebeard, and I think that's our play, is play I Am Whitebeard into a blocker Newgate. Blocker Newgate's going to be hard for my opponent to get around. I could take my life here, and this is another one of those decisions that I need to make, or need to learn to make, is, you know, do I take the life, do I not take the life, do I, you know, play for Roger, what do I do here? I don't take the life here because he is at 4 life still. I haven't really done too much, so playing down the Newgate, looking at what we draw. I don't remember if we have to trash. I don't think we have to trash, but I am going to trash the Rad Beam. Still learning the deck, still learning the cards, guys. I'm so sorry. I attach 2 there, and I attach 2 to Garp because I'm going to attempt to clear Mihawk with the Garp. I think that makes sense. That gives us another swing. That to me makes the most sense. Sorry if my commentary is not great. I am recovering from being sick, pretty sick, and wicked. No, actually sick. And it's been a minute since I've done some post commentary. I am working on getting some games with live commentary for you guys. The audio is not as clean as I want it to be. So we end up getting to life there, and yeah, 7 connects, and then the leader swing connects, and we also clear the Mihawk. So that's a body that's not really going to be able to swing at us. So we are doing all right here. We're sitting pretty good. We've got the 12k blocker. That's going to be a lot of Dawn for my opponent if he wants to clear it. Yeah, and he should be at 9 Dawn if I'm not mistaken. And I think that Ace likes to go second, I think, which makes sense. I thought Ace wanted to go first, but that does not feel correct. Maybe in some matchups, I think in some matchup he might want to go first. I haven't really gotten a chance to look at his matchup spread, but yeah. Okay, so we're at 8 Dawn. My opponent should be at 9 Dawn, and we have a decent hand. I mean, we've got some counter, we've got a good blocker. I'm fine letting Garp go. I'd like to keep Jozu if we can. I'm feeling pretty okay at this point in the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sick here. It's actually my birthday, the day that I recorded this. and I am pretty sick here, so maybe not as, I don't know, not as hyped to be playing One Piece as I usually am. But looks like he's gonna go ahead and tap one Dawn. I assume to either search with the Hiyori or play something down, maybe a Perona or something like that. Nope. Oh, tapping 3, 4 for Kawina? No. What would he be playing? As I said, he is a newer player, so please, don't comment on his plays. You can roast me all you want, but don't roast my opponent. Hey, the blocker, that's actually, I like that Zoro blocker a lot. Makes me miss my green purple Luffy deck. I'm fine. I'm not crying. You are. He is gonna go ahead and tap 1 to rest the Hiyori to get a search off. I almost said to clear board. Oh, imagine if Hiyori rested and cleared the board. That'd be insane. But looking for a slash type character, and we've got a couple of options. I wish we had another I Am Whitebeard, because having that Newgate on board and then being able to play Uta, it feels so good. That Uta is crazy. Glad I was able to snag a couple of Shanks starter decks while my area still had them. I didn't have them because I don't play Shanks. I don't like Shanks deck. And then I was like, oh, those get played. I should go find those 2 that I saw the other day. And I found them and I got them. Great story, Connor. I know. He is going to grab another Zoro. That makes sense. Not only is it a blocker, but it is a 2K. So, and he is going to go ahead and just kind of block her up, protect himself. And he's going to pass. I think at this point, he could have swung 5 into Garp. I would have just blocked with Newgate because I want to be able to use Garp to clear that Searcher. And if I have a Jozu, I do have a Jozu, it's not a terrible thing to play back to hand. Now, here, I feel like I could go really aggressive and play a, what is his name, a Roger, but I definitely, one of the things I'm struggling with this deck is the bait of the Roger bait, if you will, you know? Like, it is difficult for me to know, like, can I get game with Roger here? So we do end up playing Otama, and I'm like, okay, like, I don't really know what I want to do. We are going to tap 1 more Dawn to play Izo, just trying to find something to do, really. And we find the I Am Whitebeard, and I'm like, well, that's what I want to do. I'm going to grab the I Am Whitebeard. We're going to put the other Roger and the Newgate at the bottom of our deck. We're going to play I Am Whitebeard and play out another blocker Roger. Or excuse me, a blocker Newgate. One of those old guys in One Piece, you know how it is. Yeah, so I Am Whitebeard coming down once again, trying to decide, do I take my life, do I not? And of course, I am getting the last of the cards that I have in this deck proxied. I am getting those there. I'm getting them literally today as this video goes up. So we're going to put 2 on Leader and 2 on Jozu. And then swing the big, I have to count, 7, 8, 9 with a Jozu at lead. And then we have an 8 with Ace coming by. And yeah, as I mentioned, I do need to remember to, when I take life or when the drawing on Ace, I only seem to remember when Marco gets KO'd. And I think it's because I'm just already drawing. So we do get one of the Zoro blockers gone, and that's pretty okay with me. As you can see, we have that Vista. I will say Luffy TV plays it so well, and yeah, I do not. So we do end up swinging 12 with the Newgate, and that's, I think, a little greedy here, because I do forget that Dead Man's Game exists. Thankfully for us, he doesn't have much of a board. Now, if he had a board and he played Dead Man's Game to rest, you know, my other Newgate, because here I'm like, I'm fine, I'm chilling, like I got, you know, and realistically I am fine. I do have 2 life still, and if I go to 0, you know, we could Roger in theory for the win, but just need to kind of be more aware of Dead Man's Game. It's a great card, and It's definitely, yeah, it could be pretty scary. And I think it actually in this game, I think that there are several chances where I probably could have gotten game, but I think the game prior, which I'm not showing because I played it like shit, uh, I think I jumped the gun too early on that. But gonna see what we could do here. Gonna see what he's going to do. He does have a pretty good hand size, and that's a lot of why I haven't been pushing too hard for game. Just kind of taking my time, and you know, as I said, maybe I should, you know, be more aggressive. But yeah, the Dead Man's Game comes down, and he rests the Otama and the Newgate. Makes sense. And we are going to be able to use the Ezo here to get a little cycle, which is good. I mean, we got the Vista, we got the 10 gate. Taxbeard in this situation doesn't feel super good here, of course, because he doesn't really have much of a board. And if he did have a bigger board, I think that Taxbeard here would have felt pretty, or excuse me, if he had a bigger board, the Demon Aura would have been really hurtful, really painful. But thankfully, as I said, you know, he has not had the opportunity to establish much of a board in this moment. So he is going to rest my blocker and try and think about what he wants to do here, how aggressively he wants to swing. Of course, it's a lot of Dawn if he wants to swing into Newgate, and it's a pretty easy counter. I actually don't think he can swing. No, he can swing into Newgate, excuse me, but it's an easy, I think 2k if I remember my math correctly, which I don't, so I could be wrong, but it's very easy for me to counter out of a 2 attempts to clear the Newgate here, which is kind of what I want. But we have the Yamato there. I like that Yamato, but I don't know. The red 6-cost Yamato from EBO 2 or 1, one of the EBOs, just feels really good in this deck, and I think I'm putting that in instead of Vista. It's another brick, but I mean, it provides so much utility. Of course, I think Vista is good. I just can't. Luffy does a great job playing with that Vista, and I think that it's some good tech, but I'm not him, dude. This deck is not clicking for me as well as some others have clicked. I'm looking at you, green purple Luffy, my beloved. So my opponent taking his time to figure out what he wants to do. I don't blame him. It's a bit of a tricky situation here, swinging pretty aggressively at the Jozu, and that's kind of, I was like, oh, do I counter for the Jozu? I don't think I really can afford to. Yeah, because he put the rest of his Dawn on Jozu. I will go ahead and remember to do the Ezo. I'm going to get a blocker Marco. And yeah, so I trashed the Ezo, and he ends up swinging Perona, thinking that the other guy didn't kill, but he did. So we do find the Marco, which is great. Marco, I either see all of them or I see none of them. There's no in between. We end up taking the Yamato there, and I think I should have drawn off of that as well, but I am still learning Ace, guys. I have not played as much Sim as I should. I've been having a lot of fun with Union Arena, I'm not gonna lie. During the OP-12 PRB end of that meta, I've just been really enjoying Union Arena again, so. But we're trying to lock back into One Piece. Gonna be playing Union Arena and Riftbound. Oh, Riftbound! I'm excited about Riftbound. Check out the side channel, NobleAsta, or not NobleAsta, excuse me, Asta Unshuffled. This is NobleAsta for Riftbound UA, and just a more casual look at how I play. So we are gonna go ahead and play Yamato, draw some cards, get a rested Dawn onto Ace there, which is super nice, and then we are going to go ahead, kind of rebuild our board, trying to think about what I want to do here. We will go 7, I believe, at lead. I don't think I'm worried about his board. I mean, his board it's not terrible, but it's, you know, it's not really where you want to be, I think, at this point in the game. So we're going to go ahead and play Marco, and then tap one more to play a Garp to find, hopefully, something with a counter at this point is what I'm looking at. And we're just going to take another Marco. Worst case scenario, we are just going to trying to huddle behind Marcos. Now, I do think that I could have swung Newgate and gone for game, but well, maybe not gone for game, but at least put some more pressure on. But this way, if he has another Dead Man's Game, we are sitting pretty good here, I think. So our board looking pretty scary. Depending on what he wants to do here, I think regardless of what he does, we're sitting in a really good position. If he does play, another Dead Man's Game, ideally we'll get to draw some cards off of Marco, but he does end up playing the Mihawk blocker, which is definitely going to slow down my play a little bit here. Yeah, definitely. And neither of us are at 0 yet, so can't really say, all right, it's Newgate time, or it's Roger time. So a bit of a bummer there, but the Mihawk coming down. We are going to see what he wants to do here. I think he's just going to block her up at this point. No, he's actually going to go ahead and play Tashigi, and he is going to rest the Marco, which makes sense to me. Attach the 3 Dawn to Zoro, and potentially going to attach one more. Yep, another Dawn. So if he swings into Marco, that is fine by me. As I mean, I just get 3 cards in my hand. My deck is getting a little small though, but yeah, looks like he's gonna go ahead and swing into Marco. I'll let him go and then draw 2, getting the 9 gate. 9 gate showing up a little late, but hey, he's here and that's what matters. We are gonna go ahead and minus the swing on leader with the Vista, and then give him a 2k to get out of the leader swing. And drawing for turn, another 9 gate. Pretty nice here. And yeah, we are in a bit of a weird spot. Like, I think he just has a lot of cards at hand. I know you guys can't fully see, but trying to decide the best course of action. Do we want to play a 9 gate? Do we want to play a Marco? We could play Uta. We could do 2 Marcos and a Uta, which would be silly, but that's what we could do. I kind of want to keep the Utas in my hand. She is a 2k, which is super nice. And I am thinking here, do I Red Rock the Mihawk? It's a pretty sizable body, and I do take some time to think about this turn, trying to decide, do I go ahead and block her up here? If I play out my 2 Marcos, he's not going to be able to get through with Dead Man's Game. I should be able to get him the following turn. We're going to go ahead and here I'm like, okay, I'm going to poke 6. If he does a free block with the Mihawk, we're gonna Roger, and we're gonna jam, we are gonna go for it. But he does end up 2k, so I'm like, alright, time to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to Red Rock the Mihawk? Do I want to play 9 gate? There's a lot of options here, and I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do. Like, when I was playing Green Purple Luffy, I felt pretty confident in most of my moves, most of my abilities. But yeah, we're going to go ahead, swing 8 at lead, 8 with lead, right? 6, 7, 8, yes. And we have 2 Dawn left, so I'm thinking 2 Marcos at this point. Not really, kind of setting up for a Roger, potentially. But also just, yeah. So he is going to go ahead and take that hit, and I'm thinking, okay, cool. We're going to Marco. We're going to play down our Marcos here, and we are going to go ahead and pass turn. So 2 Marcos and pass. Marco showing up really late this game. Hey, but at least he showed up. At least he showed up. Now I'm feeling, 4 blockers, a ton of cards in hand, and we're just going to get more cards in hand. I'm feeling pretty good here. He does have a 7k swing. Of course, we are 6k leader, so that's an easy 2k. I think we're in a really good position here. Now, if we don't, regardless of if we take our life or not, I think that Roger is our play next turn, and I think that as I've mentioned, I think there are several chances where I could have done this earlier, but I think that was a mistake. So he's going to tap 2 to play down a blocker. Going to see what else he wants to do. I think he's going to play down a couple of more blockers if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go ahead, tap, it looked like 1 to play the Hiyori. I'm going to go ahead, spin Hiyori to get a search off, searching the top 5 for a slash type character. See what he can find here. I don't think there's much he can do to get out of what we have coming, honestly, as bad as that feels for us, because I mean, we just let a Marco go here. He is going to go ahead and find a 2K in the Zoro, excuse me. Which, hey, you know, a 2K Zoro, and he is a blocker. Gonna go ahead and play that blocker down. Yeah, he is kind of turtling. He is blockering, but at this point, we have a Roger. Yeah, it is looking pretty grim. So he is gonna swing into a Yamato, I believe, and I'm gonna go ahead and block just to draw some cards. And I'm like, oh, you can re-swing with him, right? And he's like, no, I only have 2 Darn. I was like, oh, my bad. I thought he had 3 on him. So we do end up drawing for turn, drawing into an I am Whitebeard. And at this moment, we are just going to go ahead, tap our 10 Dawn, and play down Roger. Roger going to be able to put us in a really good spot here, and we'll just go 13 unblockable, and we are going to get it there. So yeah, look at our hand size. This deck is crazy. So I think that there's a lot of things I need to do with this deck and learn with this deck still, and I think we saw really good that game, but yeah, we will see next game. We're gonna go over it's gonna be pretty good, and hopefully we should be back to the 6 videos a week pretty soon here. It is pre-release, so it might be a little bit, but yeah, that is gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
Mugi